Well, it is another very bright Saturday evening, and the 27th day of June, the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2026. Men baby awobia o share baby awobia utie yama akwaba sonko eba once again another edition of Constituency Focus TV station here Omashi Television. Now Omashi Television no ye butuman probi salvation impotemu ho ehona ye tia ye kase na se meme ndadu na ye betra studio say ya adaje eni eposo. Now it is because of the love we have for Mother Ghana intina enyubrebia no yeba ebetra se edwendwen Ghana ho ne ya hwe se na yeso yebe ya Ghana be fanentuma pa efra inti si abetra se dia ne abetra se. Let me also remind you very quickly, say we are streaming live on Facebook, we are on Instagram and all other social media handles. Intino obetimi akachi live ewo sa social media handles ni na so na se memendani du na wan show we are any why your papa. This is where we speak devoid of politics. In fact, asem no say na ti pepe sa pepe na ye kano na eya na ya to yensa afre ye guest akukudama almost ba any ye ebedwendwen Ghana ho inti kache unu ebi no kanche ni bi no kanche ni ebi say emre aso say yemfa Constituency Focus. And bro, the idea behind this show is say ye pese constituency bia ewo o man Ghana mu emfa ni tuma pa emfra inti no say utie ye na felice bibi koso wo o constituency na ese efata say ye bo hu de ra utimi freya ye be ka ho asem sa so na bibi koso na enye na opese ye kasafa ho na ye ni ya eno so ekwanda ho o freya 050 7363542 050 7363542 and na issues wo ho papa ye be ka ho asem na this program is more than program bia ye pese dey educate amanfo. So if you need the best of education, if you need the best of information, and if you need to be ano and if you say o de television set neto na meme de bia no na wahwe me amidi dwumide unchi ameno midin John Kennedy Ado ubetimi afreme the most general meje also. We are going for a short commercial break. Say yeba will hit the road running very, very strongly. Stick and stay. I shall be right back.
Children have a very high nutritional demand in relation to their size, and vitamins play an important role in maintaining healthy growth. That is why we at Base Pharmacy Company Limited have introduced Base Vite Kid Drops, a multivitamin drop with 7 essential vitamins including vitamin A, D, B1, B2, B6, and vitamin C to aid your child's healthy growth. Base Vite Kid multivitamin drops have been specially formulated to help meet your child's nutritional requirements, helping them to get back to playtime faster. With Base Vite Kid drops from Base Pharmacy Company Limited. For further inquiries of bulk purchase, call Base Pharmacy Company Limited on 0302 672 317 or 0247 287 853.
This advert is FDA approved.
Grade A Academy is all you need. With our neat, spacious, and serene learning environment, we make sure your child is as good as gold. We also engage in lots of extracurricular activities such as excursion, career day celebrations, games, and so much more. Our canteen also serves the best and nutritional meals with your kids well attended to. And we are ready to enroll your ward from nursery, kindergarten, primary to JHS 1. Admission is currently ongoing. Locate Grade A Academy on the Atamills High Street behind Enterprise Insurance or call us on 0542 426 803. Grade A Academy. We say passion and excellence. Are you looking for a media house for your upcoming events? Welcome to Omashi TV Production Crew, a digital station that offers live event coverage such as conferences, parties, corporate meetings, weddings, and live streaming on all social media platforms. Soft copies of events or production can be made available upon request. For further inquiries, call Omashi TV on 0536 772 262 or 0244 425 652. Omashi TV Production. Ajwa Twing Man can mean share.
Gana bi ge manti asye mi bi fe ami penye gemba.
Yo, ibusianfo me mamo akwa ababium eba Constituency Focus. Na baby ayedu no your friend is straight talk. Ho na yeka ya adwen na ha de yeka ya adwen a yen ya obia but no kre no na yebema wo ye Ghana ni na utie no ubehu. I want to believe say baby ayedu as a people no if we say yetimi kano kra ese fata na nkrofo a omudi enim no na omuhu niema omu ya ense enfata ananiema omu ya eboaye. But let me first and foremost enka say when you read in between the lines ubehu say yankasa Ghana for na ye di ye ho abro yankasa ye Ghana for na ye di ye ho abro openyi bi eni ho a obeba abe ye bibia amaye yankasa na ye di ye ho abro. The only height our leaders can get to is to ensure say the environment is made in such a way say niema betimi akoso. The current president of the land will never come and put money in your pocket. The former president of the land could not put money in our pocket. All they can do is to create the enabling environment. Say nebe ya no ye betimi eyuzu ye nyansa sabi onyansa nyamedia man no ye betimi eyuzu edi aye mapa. Na ade bako a ma realize say I say obia obinya di break kakra bi no opese odi boni nueti ewo oban Ghana mu. Enu nti na Ghana baby ayeti siesia no niema enkoye emaye. Muma yanko straight to the political area. Na yanka said democracy is very beautiful. No two ways about that. Democracy kebi na min kebi. A very beautiful pena yeni na no we are enjoying. But yen bisa ya won say Ghana for no, do we understand democracy? Do we understand what democracy is? Because at times no odwen ho a onti ase. And that is the truth. At times odwen ho a wonti ase. There is nowhere openyi bia or kwakoto aba and now openyi bia or contesting for a position, a particular position. There is nowhere yebeto aba obenya 100%. There is no way. Even Yera John Dramani Mahama, the current president of the Republic of Ghana, Tama NDC for Obia Heleno, say ye pese oba, ye koto aba no, he couldn't get 100%. And that is how it is. Just say opinion be anywhere, obenya everybody's support. That is the beauty of democracy. But you realize say me supporting one candidate against another candidate, I am taken as an enemy. So me supporting one candidate and now obia can be now I go against a dear nipana kano, then the person takes me as an enemy. We are in 2026. John Dramani Mahama, the president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the term of office will end in 2028. The term of office will expire in 2028. We are in the election season. Share platforms, so constituency platforms, so you see the kind of pictures people are posting there. Just say obia pese onya di bread. Obia pese onya di bread. I always tell myself say uye openyi bi na uye ejuma esefata where you work well. You don't struggle for your people to vote for you. You don't struggle. But we say platforms, people are struggling. Look, the delegates of today are different and are far different from the delegates of yesterday. The current delegates that we have, say, Ghana for Obieniati. And I always say, there is no way any political party can win election without the grassroots. There is no way. The grassroots contributes about 80% of the success story of any election in this country. For a political party to win, the grassroots contributes about 80%. You can take it or leave it. But that is the truth. The kind of work at grassroots for look, the kind of work they do. They are always in the ghettos with their friends and their people, just to make sure, say, the party they support, the party will be adored by all those individuals. Until there is no way we can do away with the grassroots. Say, see how platforms this one. The kind of pictures people are posting. This time, we don't rely on money. You can give money, yes. You can give money. Look, the delegates will take the money and vote against you because delegates have become very, very discerning. This time, delegates have become very, very discerning. So why you Juma now? I believe you say I work perfectly. I work well. You don't struggle for people to give you their mandate. You don't struggle for people to give you their votes because you believe say you work well for the people. How many people in our constituencies have employment today? How many people in our constituencies have employment today? Have been employed today? How many of them? How many of them? Look at some of our constituency executives. You only see them when it is time for election. When it is time for election, then you see some of our constituency executives. When you vote for them, they forget about you. Look at some of them. We voted for some of them. Today, they have vanished into the thin air. They see our election ever. Their posters are flying left, right, center. Their posters are flying left, right, center on the platforms. Their posters are everywhere on the platform. Ghanaians have become very discerning. So why you Juma here? Why not? Everybody give it a thumbs up. Munko Bisa, Honorable Chairman Sabun Sunon Kantremo. What happened to him in Swami? What happened to him in Swami? Office said the delegates that or the people of Swami were so to speak in quote were foolish people. Edu baby, why ignore the people of Swami no? Or Sia or mo bag ni ema de command. He was driven away. In Kenyan security, I want to believe say the people would have beaten him. In Kenyan security, he would have been beaten. That is the kind of delegates we have this time. Election is just around the corner. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is doing all he can do. But let's ask ourselves, the kind of appointees are they living up to expectation? Are they living up to expectation? In Penfobo today, when you call them, they refuse to answer your calls. They refuse to answer your calls. Look at the kind of people who are coming up now. Who constituency are home? Ask yourself, say, constituency executives, what have they done for the constituency? What have they done? Are they so transparent? Ebimo sika form unsemwa na sikana yira. Sika form unsemwa na sikana yira. Are those the kind of people you want to lead the constituency? Are those the kind of people you want? The flyers are everywhere on our platforms. But I want to believe, say, the kind of people we have in the constituencies today, they are more than discerning. And they don't talk on the platform because Omo Feli said, Omo Kasa, they will be tagged. And that is what is happening on some of the platforms. We need to understand democracy. We need to understand democracy. You say, Eye kebi, mamin kebi. Se uka udie, na obi anyone ya adria. The person has the power to also speak his mind or her mind. The fact that obi akabibia is different from what you have said does not mean say the person is your enemy. Does not mean say the person is your enemy. But Ghana Hano, I am saying we don't understand democracy. We don't understand it. Says here, who their stations been the way drivers conductors are molesting workers in this country. The way some drivers and their conductors are molesting poor workers in this country. Papa na oye watchman, how much is the person's salary? And nobody seems to be concerned about it. Nobody talks about it. Obia ye job ya say, do what you like. Now so no nyao dear. That is what is happening. Papa na you so much fair from Nifie to wherever no. How much is the person's salary at the end of the month? Obi wo krom ha 400 cedis no J a month. Obi wo krom ha 400 cedis any a month. How, ask yourself, say, Sani Pano, how can the person survive? Nipa ni po ejuma na or kofia. Say obenya straight car na ni transportation so atika krano na if you saw fano in trenches. Kitting. That is what we are doing this time in this country. And nobody seems to be concerned. The MCAs are sitting down. The DCs are sitting down. And the ordinary Ghanaian is suffering on the streets. The ordinary Ghanaian, obi oho baby obedakra onibi. Obi oho baby obedakra onibi. And we are waiting for election time to come. Election time ba. Then we parade Sika. So the 20 Ghana, the 50 Ghana. You think this time the delegates who are going to vote are foolish? Like I don't even know how to put it. You think the delegates are foolish? They will take the money, all right, but they are very discerning. They are very discerning. John Dramani Mahama is doing what he has to do as the current president of the republic. But some of his appointees are not just supporting him. Some of his appointees, and I'm very careful with my choice of words, some of his appointees are just not trying to help him to succeed. And that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Uko MPP Mua, it is there. Uba NDC Mua, it is there. And that is what is happening in this country of ours. Nobody seems to be concerned. Flyers here and there, and will be among for with all sort of jargons, with all sort of grammar. Anyway, and nobody two platforms season now, and we amount for data. See if you have really worked well. If you have really worked well, will you be struggling to post all those things on the platforms? If you have really worked well, the delegates who are going to vote, say Martin said October, where there will be some constituency elections in October. There will be some constituency elections in October. You, John Dramani Mahama, cannot come to your constituency and do things for your constituency. Muna, if you say, mu parade niyama na eba mu constituency, and you make sure say you work very hard so that your constituency will have its fair share of the national cake. Sikaba, sikana ira. Some of our constituency leaders currently are not transparent. Are just not transparent. Obimu ho ya tuaba ngomo omo ira. Now they are coming back. They are resurfacing. The constituents are waiting. The delegates are waiting for you. Some of our constituency executives are just not loyal. They are thinking about their personal gain. They are thinking about their personal gains. They are thinking about what they will get at the expense of their constituents. And they claim they are serving their constituents. Say, see, MPs, when you call them, they don't respond to your calls. MPs, also see, when you call them, they don't respond to your calls. Who send them a message, they will not respond. And we have information of some of those MPs who are behaving like that. We have names of some of the MPs who are behaving like that. Now, at the end of her, we'll talk about it. I didn't tell her, we will talk about it. So, person who constituents, omu diwechi, na omu to abamao, 2028, whichever year, no mu diwechi, no mu to abamao, you have to make sure you sort them out. You have to make sure you sort your constituents out. Because they voted for you to come to power. Before you came to power, you promised them. We don't want people who just come and give empty promises. Some will come and tell you, say, when we come, we will institute a welfare scheme. We will do this, we will do that. Ask them if these welfare schemes have been instituted. Ask them. In Ghana, Hano, we have a lot of issues. But let me tell you, I will tell you the truth. because we are with the people. A lot of the people are not talking. Omukusa wamutim. A lot of the people are not talking. Omukusa wamutim. And the kind of election that will go on, constituency, region, national, niweno, people will be surprised. People will be surprised. The delegates are just watching closely. They are quiet, but they are watching. When the time comes, Mubeka Semikai. In Ghana for, let's be more than alert. Now you mark your leaders no one by one. We are MC. Now TMA. Now Sheme. Now constituency. And now district. And now municipal. And now baby obiano. So realize say the ordinary man, the ordinary worker. Oko ejuma anopa. Now at the end of the month, your money is 600. Or bread efa kan home sema because of the way transportation issues have become this time now. Please, you have to step in because a year mobile. Oko terminals be no go the way workers are struggler a year mobile. Instead of obibetua fitiha akoha 10 cities no, you see fitiha echo the same spot no, 30 upa fro upe jai. Upa fro upe jai. And people pay. People pay into the only car. Obetuano. What do you expect the person to do? In the Ghana for, those are the things which are happening in this country. And we think, say, our leaders must step in strongly. Ghana, a yeni na idea. Say, ye som ye, na ye dia hodi bom, na yeni na yedi ya ebisi yeni na yi market woman na oti hono sesi ano inflation bibia dollar to CD whatever just say mahama abone homodin ama niema e reduce at least until we expect say ukwabuso kan we expect say ukomadina market we expect say ukomalamata market and now market bi obekono prices ought to be reduced. But obi the politics account say media prices no me intisuda. Strangely enough, these are people who are also in our churches. Also for mommy, also for papa. They are in the market and they are milking people dry. Kwabuso kind. Some people are milking people dry. Now, menu ye yenisa. And why the truth is that say when yesika through the right means you can't use it for anything good, and that is the truth. When yesika through the right means you can't use it for anything good. It will never benefit you. Inti Ghana for muma yeni endaho. Na abato ono enam kwan soba. Say ba let's do the honorable. Men to aba MOB because the person is your brother, the person is your sister. To aba mobi a obetimi aye juma. Obi wo ho asika no efa ni nsema na sika na yira. Those people we shouldn't even look at them because on you be a oye faithful when it comes to money, monetary issues. And finances are nipa no enye. Obi wo ho a watu aba ma no wa yira. Sisia abato oba nipa no asenjiniti. Those people they have nothing good to offer you in the constituency. Constituency now ebe ya and now constituency executives and now member of parliament. So if you're member of parliament or friend on fire, please time ni do what is honorable. Because on says I kwana me kwa to abama no say me to abama no wie no nya de brena me ye den and am nsabeka no bisa ho before you go and vote for anybody. I'm going for another quick break. So me ba I will introduce my guest and then we have some discussion. You know, share the issue of Afari military hospital. Just say abandoned papers, people have spoken about it, blah blah blah. My guests are here. Me know more because issues. Me share what actually the issues are with regards to Afari Military Hospital, the Ashanti region. I'm going for a quick break. Maybe I'll introduce my guest and then we'll hit the road running again. I shall be right back.
Children have a very high nutritional demand in relation to their size, and vitamins play an important role in maintaining healthy growth. That is why we at Base Pharmacy Company Limited have introduced Base Vite Kid Drops, a multivitamin drop with 7 essential vitamins including vitamin A, D, B1, B2, B6, and vitamin C to aid your child's healthy growth. Base Vite Kid multivitamin drops have been specially formulated to help meet your child's nutritional requirements, helping them to get back to playtime faster. With Base Vite Kid drops from Base Pharmacy Company Limited. For further inquiries of bulk purchase, call Base Pharmacy Company Limited on 0302 672 317 or 0247 287 853.
This advert is FDA approved.
Grade A Academy is all you need. With our neat, spacious, and serene learning environment, we make sure your child is as good as gold. We also engage in lots of extracurricular activities such as excursion, career day celebrations, games, and so much more. Our canteen also serves the best and nutritional meals with your kids well attended to. And we are ready to enroll your ward from nursery, kindergarten, primary to JHS 1. Admission is currently ongoing. Locate Grade A Academy on the Atamills High Street behind Enterprise Insurance or call us on 0542 426 803. Grade A Academy. We see passion and excellence.
For Yamamo Aquaba, Bium, Bibi Ayeduno, my guest, Ewo Ha, many Omo, Eba Betchin, in Como, Efa, the Afari Military Hospital Scaffold. Neho, na Afari Military Hospital, no, Ewo, the Ashanti region, Afari, to be precise, in the Ashanti region. Na 10th June 2026, and a minority caucus on health to Anamo Echo Afari Military Hospital, some country, the state of the hospital. Na the security prevented them from having access to the place, and in na Afari Military Hospital, no, a 500 bed facility, the Ashanti region. Contract no was signed on 20th August 2008. That was when the contract was signed, and physical work on Eshasia in 2014. And a physical work no Eshasia after His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has cut the sword for that. That was in March 2014. According to the then government, no, almost schedule say by 42 months time the project should be completed. By 42 months time, what they call years, more it's about 3.5 years. 3.5 years the project should be completed. Answer na me guest Edino me yo matre no me pese ye share the current state of the Afari Military Hospital. Inti Mr. MCR, the current state of the hospital. Ewu Kumasi area ho na yen share the current state of the hospital. Okay, inti this is the current state of the hospital. Ehwefupa me sure say in krani ni makra be wo ho. Inti this is the current state of the hospital. na office to wan kasa won say air condition ni makra no amanfo tutu ni na this is supposed to, I don't know, but this is the current state of the place. But nka omuwie ya nka this is how it will look like. Nka omuwie ya nka this is how it will look like. In fact, the idea behind the hospital is say they wanted it to ease pressure on the 37 military hospital. And untina person we see Afari military hospital, a 500 bed facility. Until those are the two, the former and this is how it will look like. Until we shall for and then many my brothers me and all had the kind or your NDC regional communication team member Mr. Frank Nutifafa or your NDC regional communication team member Anti-Honorable Frank Ntifafa and also your aspiring executive member Ablikuma South. Am I right?
Thank you.
Yo akwaba.
That's
Yo. So na your bra or your regular guest on the show. Ewo ha you be on so okasa papa na baby anu mitumi chairman. Yes. Mr. Michael Kojo Ameyaw. Onono or your social and political activist. On there say assembly dawa obeka. Sa social and political activist. Inti Mr. Ameyaw akwaba. Yo. Great one. Okay. Inti we there many me bra Frank Beshas here. Honorable Ablikuma South Ekosen.
Oh,
Akoye aspiring executive member there.
Yeah, let me that's it. I'm say my first time coming to your show.
Okay.
In Bada. Okay. Like your show, Maba Umashisa Abati.
Show
This is my first time on your show.
Okay.
To introduce you, Madam, for some the Otaba, I just want to name the norms and conventions of the show.
Sure.
So the ministry, me I say na Ablikuma South the emu how do I say the mujo.
Okay.
Mujo. But there are one or two issues. Ablikuma South was said to me erase.
Okay.
When we're able to erase this, I think Ablikuma South will be a very better place. So be able to be a person about.
Okay.
Baku and I say the issue of oneness and unity. That's what we are lacking. This is something that is dearing to me. Trust me, we can execute the mandates. Executives. Executives. Even to me, because of the unity, when we have an idea, when we bring the ideas, people will accept it and it will be implemented. But if there's no unity, your ideas will remain with you. See, that is one thing. The unity aspect, then a happy bar. And one thing is everybody who wants to aspire. We have a platform. You can express your interest. And as I said, people who aspire to become an executive member or whatever position. One thing I'm going to say, some are cool. Maybe I said I'm posting me flyer. Okay, cool. I'm posting it there. Cool. But sometimes you know, maybe you say be and the unity na make myself. But aside that, I think Ablikuma South is not a bad constituency. And most of our routes are being worked on.
Okay.
So who say you're working on the road, it means that road no problem. And when they are working on it, they say they want to fix the road. In the course of fixing the road, let's say the people in charge, so on in Tentem. Now, I want to me agree some of the inner roads now. I walk Mantemo. I want to me yes, and I'm conscious not as effect. About education, most of the school infrastructure are free available to this. It's not completed; they were abandoned.
Okay.
So most of them are area, at least I just say air picking for. If you simple ones here, structure no na say crying.
Okay.
And the new one now completely went to me are containing those who are in the dilapidated structures anymore.
Okay.
Aside that also, I think Ablekuma South is okay. Apart from what I've said, yet to me, yes, most of our roads and our contractors who are more quite and that's my another major worry.
Okay.
They've abandoned the work. Also, more you see that's what Skipper says. I buy and I said the district, and I said be AME, and I said through the lobby skills of the MP. Now the contract amount say yeah, what jack contract no. It doesn't make you see. See, I know say when you are giving contracts, there were 10 I will give you contract.
Sure.
You say within 6 months, also you contract up to this level. So the money could you believe say our road our coach and she say you should have a major issue because road construction cost contract and ajay. Sometimes people ask me what is going on because I don't have any first-hand information. I have me until I can say one more than some baby now on better adjustment. Also open soup on pipe na a pint also the rubber with no shad.
Okay.
The bush is not hygienic anything. The contractor no team here and now anybody who is watching now they should try say to bring back the contractor now better because more initiative adjustment. They have good ideas and it was a good intention very rude. So the contractor mawa why must you do part of it and then abandon it? Yes sir enye. And I say yejina say enye Ghana for some of them for so a contractor no ni medjuma ya so because say oh I need the contractor no ma bruni yemfa man who the man so a oye want to no ajai. It's not good. It's not helping.
Yes,
it's not helping. It's about good intention. Yeah, those intention. Yeah, entrusting into us some of us. Yeah, making sure say you be here Jumanu by now say yes. The other man, yeah. And the contractor, the financial. Those who initiated the projects, more good intention to your part umbra. Number 2 because the inconvenience na creative or constituency and now your area is not good at all. And these are some of the things that constituency, but in general, okay. I think constituency is a manju. Thank you.
Okay. Na my minister say mo grassroots mo MP mo yana mo sakana na mo grassroots.
Also we are because ebanu MP. Me like this, I must be frank. I don't really train in such things because when people don't on me, I don't because that's me. But me just say and no be me chatty. Maybe me no afraid of you person who MP. That was yesterday. I'm sure uncle officer. You know no catch me so time now or person come emergency want to me uncle until we come Monday. And to send the office what we call it the right here. Until people go there, you see people go in there. If you're being asked about the call, you may not know. And I'm not privy to what they discuss and what they say. Okay. But the MP is visible. One person will be able to be office. But one thing I also can say in your introduction, say when political actors want power, then that's where they get all the words. Kasa kama. Who do you want to show Musape and man who friend cry on fire? My brother, I was a mama NDC. Some of these things. Me politics who more. I was just sometimes no say Woody and now Chinabe Woody. So me have forgotten about those things. Juma, my any party. But sometimes when you are calling leaders, also much to meet because only the entire leader near them a friend. Now say I'm cultural exams. I'm watching. I mean, thousands he said I can't scam. My friend pay for my bianfa. Me about ubende ebia wouldn't be on fire. It's one of the platforms that me can't be say it's or celebrating the birthday oh yeah penny phone be me budi oh yeah MP your MP why minister why MP that now so I was telling some na me can say me who treat me we mu nyina also the abetu was celebrating and so me who treat me na me call DM in the chat one me up to today oh yeah yes I and no afraid me papa no friend oh papa me cho So maybe I'm franchise one. I'm going to say you Mati. So yes, sir. And because at the end of the day, you come back to the same people. They are the people who made you the king. It's a kai say, baby, now one. Sani power in the mouth be your hini. Calm. That is one issues I have with politicians. Also, busy with your police, who bear penny and son of a boss. Then the person don't know me. Anybody who knows what tells me, I don't discriminate. Penny you are quite be fine. Minyaska and Santa and a mania position so the same Frank, my lifestyle the same. And the politicians should learn to love and show care when the need arises. They shouldn't abandon those who made them kings. I want to show you, I was there people who election be praying. They don't care. Obviously, they are a stronghold. And this is a city of Ashanti Regisada. And to those who are also in the voter region, think is oh, voter yes. So politicians must learn to serve. Boss, so we need people be for afar. Kasa na oni ba ne be campo no, na ni beji. Say papa we me akasa kama. Hwe. Sorry to mention, me call TVET of officer. And I'm called Director General, Dr. Eric Bajro. The man was so nice. Up to now, sometimes me man message, I will reply that. Yes. The moment I say hello, Obe reply me. He talks to me normal as if only me that. Fair. Say me bisa no she. That is it. It's a politician almost is almost bad. Na umma odo kroye the giving spirit. Say na man omo fan show no mo fan adwuma. E be boa nyina. Me da say. Yo. So you da say. Mr. Mayor.
General.
This year, Ghana, what social and political activists with the Mikasa about Trotro for ni, Danko for no, na me Braswaka, MPs, we no more from a far, and as you see, I know they are all coming with their flyers and what have you. Big class that he said, me na me succeed, Mahama, Niniama, when in all the book, I to say.
General Medasi, say, and then some of me are in Ghana for bidding combo. Edika me de nchiarema yashofo me amisofo pani me can say me fi baby na be me fa sorry retreat na be ina tina I say wa umu sana ho fama na tie no me nchia me nwen so tie wakasa baby na kasa ye me de bebre general na me ko wasem bisemu no enche bia na me ne me namfo ni bi di nkomo ahwese enka ne na ye ti e bia ye mpate mu asisi ai be ka say e bia ye mpate mu pe na enyefe na ne mo bia pie ko Ghana baby bia Ghana baby den efe e bia iskafo mu efe ba general na me no ka say Ghana kwa akoye say baby ani ho no mu a emuti ana efe senia wo fa kolebu kwan major road a yemfa ne say ambulance aya ginipa nkwa enam so e di nipa ko hospital sabi akesi mu e ma nipa ko konje ne nkwa no wo hwe portos egu ye kwan so kame akoye say si ano portals no are normal to the extent say we call the most even advanced communities or neighborhoods in Ghana right now. It's a normal thing. Portals has become normal. It's say driver for na drive here or madam for big actually me say I got driver for I'm fa gata na no. I said don't person ko to gata no. Dey ntia obi a person ye den or dodgy portals. Na yenya a certain attitude o krom han ma say dey bia ye trainer portal no yet say swimming pool a ewi ane abeden ya be patch. Ye patch a 3 months later, in so toya now sent to now saying abe patchy. And now we have become so conversant and used to the fact say patch. Into Ghana had more yet, you can never drive 1 kilometer smoothly. Nowhere in this country. Unless say be a new overpass and interchange be a. But aside from that, level ground being no bit man 1 kilometer back I say be a top portals when I say dodgy portals for my mom. You see, you know say normal. But me yusu ya constituency here Kolebu area mu ampata mo yohu. Okay. Unim mrika ambulance edi nipa kwa ya sabia. General, hwese e bia oxygen ana ye di bibie si drip ana bibie si obiso e wo ambulance mu. Na preko pe bia nipa na emfa ne se bibi na plano na ye se o stabilize e wo ambulance no mu. Na ambulance na ko hwi portal no mu. Imagine what will happen to the patient in that ambulance. You see, your leaders don't dream sa repercussions when you know into afa bibia atra because Ghana is a peace loving country nti ye de mambisa patogum hwegu na ide ne age ne ekoyenim. Aside from that, general, you and I will bear witness to the fact say de bia nso to bedru a flooding ba meboa But this year, then I catch up. It's 2,000 times worse than how we saw it.
Sure.
This should tell us, say, we are sitting on a time bomb, and one day, no, assemble fire, but nobody seems to care. As we always do it, say, oh, in Sutoben, in so funny power, near Munadmo, the boats, military boat in Nanya for, and then let's demolish this thing, let's demolish. We are charging people. In Sutoben, we are then next uncle. In Strawberry, so let's go and dredge the Odo, dredge the Koli Lagoon, and then fire and pour and Miani Ball and Juan Ajihoma. When we dredge after the silting the water pathways, what do we do again? Asa in so Tana wash part of it back into the ocean. Yes, Sabola didn't have a good quan near Jago Honomo. You and so Tana aside then Asankogum. Na General, Stebia Metino Maimuna me share in Sema Air Coswa. Eya na me ne Ghana nyuntuni ba ko friend one love kubolo eya adwin bi Rebecca so Ghana de ye pese beautiful che ye pe itimoka sem na say abodam sem because obi uye wade gidi Rebecca say o we de ebonafo sa not here de bi asa na ye pe no edan duri gu ya ekun krofo no ansa na nadmo for ehu say esese omko around omko hwe weak structures no mo ye den demolition no General meboa
sure
ye train say e to school be ana a causing major accident as me be ka say oh ye ko katakata portals so ye train traffic lights as say e wo ye nkrom yi say a causing major road accident as na ka say oh road ministry feeder roads amaska say nye ye fix traffic lights wo ye nkrom. Why do we live in such a country where we enjoy mediocrity so much that we always sacrifice the lives of the ordinary Ghanaians just before we come to our senses, just for a few days? Coming to our senses, but yes, they are lasting forever. We only come to our senses just for a number of days and then near a year. You know, this country, excuse my language, is very pathetic in terms of leadership, in terms of the attitude of the ordinary Ghanaians. I'm talking in terms of how flooding till date. 2026 modern Ghana era, 69 years of independence. Still date, Accra, to be precise, the capital, doesn't have correct drainage systems. The entire city is flooded anytime it rains little, just little. In Soto 1 or 2 hours, who's a flood you. Just imagine a day where it rains heavily for 12 hours non-stop. And they say the helicopter be evacuated the entire Accra populace. But what is the issue now? Now, Meka Kusi say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ba, so no, on ne Deputy Chief of Staff, Mufa helicopter one time, almost more sporty, flood prone areas in Accra. General, Asamaya Mebusani say, sometimes you say, a yes, say your idea on how to curtail an issue. But the issue is, see, the idea is not a topic we are. What happens to the execution? It is a challenge. It may soon after any major stakeholder, our politicians and policy makers, the lives of the ordinary Ghanaians are equally important as theirs. If you find say what the traffic events and traffic lights now, who the police escort it means nothing to you, because the moment you are passing, every car has to stop for you. But the ordinary Ghanaian, his life is at stake. Fahanomo, if anything, Fakolebu, Palladium, Akotola, all the traffic lights are not working. Last time, one of your sister stations I interviewed the MP of the Dudu. Now, Nekasa no kana me one was I am a sweet baby. Say, Nipana answer na obedi MP Nipono. General, Bosha or Besha constituency no. And ye be many problem ni Bosha no. But me can actually and forward sir meeting as say. An MP does not have the right to make such promises if that money is not coming from your pocket to undertake such details. But what you tell the people is that you will make sure you lobby.
Sure.
General, who can say same we can say who time MP no and all your opposition party thing who can say same no. Omo hwe me mutem na will bear witness asema me kan edin e da ho no. Last 2 weeks our scientist asema kan ni say what letters be brave hakoma feeder roads ni Ministry of Roads and Transport. Some be fix it. But that time na me can say asema na kan no insist obe kan say all the power ntino or can you be kan nyina. And children still cross the roads of Ododio. Some are being hit by cars. There are constant accidents. Unim UTC here. So every time constant accidents. This is constituency focus. Instead of make Kasama my constituency, no. Honorable, if anything, Alfred Ni Ashikote. Your people are still waiting. Lobby hard. We need a traffic light first. We need a road start. We need a school desks to be brought. We need students to be well taken care of. We need a community library to be fixed. These are the pleas of the ordinary Ghanaians. At the end of the day, like I say, Odo phone MP school. Omo no pa adisia. Omo no pa de pa. Obi no reaching for asempa kodo. Se ofa nipa du na so so de omo ko school. Na emun fani saying in tian class omo nkwa ni aka no form ye den ko. That should be probably from mo aba. Jiga me da se bebre.
Yeah, that's it. Mr. Mayor. Okay.
Wakasa kama pa. You see, we can't ask no be say me time retired regional minister. Me time. I'm a communicator for NDC. It is the who's there because I see traffic light. Who can say vet? The minister said say or the minister but making sure say in his first 100 days 70% of street light will be fixed. Sure. It's okay. Okay. Today, you see up to 10%. It's you met na hana me NDC. Now this assembly too many man. I can't say. Oh, sometimes once occasion do the traffic light I say MP. Sanka minister no. Or council be and he has gotten everything is in place. MP bet me akọ lobby e dey be aba. So it means that the minister has not been able to even fulfill that promise. So how can an MP even go there to go and lobby? In Chavako, say MP no onya there, minister so onya. In me see minister, they make a greater regional minister there. Frankly speaking, I don't see it being. So Richard will be no about there because I'm an NDC person. Also, we are kasa. So the pressure force on us.
Yes.
Seriously. What can we say? Also,
the thing say you are against the party.
No, it's not about no, it's not about you being against the party. Oh, sure. Say, okay, so me fix it 70%. But now say, yeah, you say, all fix it. Because minity, what do you call it? I block myself. Me who say we are fixing a traffic light. Me na say from radio go to wherever. Me na say it is a office. Me who be me who ye. It is me who ye number now. I have to talk about it. Say, we are not happy as communicators. Now we promise now mine. Never hear about this. We can be free. It's the boss. Me that's a greater regional minister. You know, clue your poucho. Walk the talk.
Yes.
Walk the talk. Your poucho. Because any all the time see police officers. Direct traffic. All the time. Meanwhile, no, even though it's part of their job.
Yeah.
Second traffic like here, Juma, police no mention now.
No need.
Or Jamaica for make sure minimizing crime.
And that's what encourages the corruption. Because I'm also one of my friends about paying. You need to get something for it. It's really not the best. That is really not the best.
Okay. Yo, into yentin somewhere. Yen share Afari military hospital scaffold. Na since na makanda dano sword cutting no took place sometime in 2014, and it should have lasted for the project was to have lasted for about 3.5 years. What I say, as I'm speaking with you, the current state, now the MPP caucus decided to say I can visit her. Now, when they got there, the air course, so they were not allowed to have access to the place, blah blah blah. Now, maybe I say, I didn't know Ghana Hano Obi started projector, Obi per se or completely because here are there Canada, Japan, or any Canada or any Japan, Becca, or part they say MPP 4 by for 8 years, no, they didn't touch that project until they have no moral right to even go there. Ne sani amano. Inti mebra uti we ni na no. Eto saying Afari.
Okay, that's it. I'm saying as for the Afari hospital, one the amounts involved, the contract sum, everything. What can be a reject project? What can be a so? I'll just start from the logical point of view. Me, also politics na the brofat that and crofos kese.
Sabon.
Yeah, I'm telling you, politicians before kese so the people who can kese na each onimade o onimade
meto abama
no ye will be na say ya wabese o man ko brofo nko a aka brofo sa hwe. Now you see, you made mention of say Argentina government be a started project others don't want to complete. This has been a culture which must be broken. Because the culture is dynamic. Culture must not be static. Now, as a culture is static, society will never grow.
Sure.
But when culture is dynamic, society progresses and it develops. The political will to complete projects started by previous regimes, because of our culture, both NDC and MPP. I'm just say, me who cry, me family sign de enka. Now that political leader no, oni refini who say, sa projects no, enye ono ni sika, e o mine sika, me who di account, me di account, and as our project, ye yet to benefit the community. Ghana is a community, and at the area where the hospital too is built, and also another community. Yes, Ghana is a larger community as compared to the community I hospital near. And sometimes no officer me continue when I try to take the credit now. Or like I say, me na me start a new project. Me na me this car we mu bibia. My more example. When President Rawlings left office, projects started by Rawlings were never completed and now continued. President Kufuor by the project kama. Ebisu wenwie and okoye. So like our president must continue most of the projects started by President Kufuor. Ebini N1 route.
Okay.
So President Kufuor was invited by President Mills. I don't cancel. So project where the Kufuor project next start here. By any Ghana for. That is what we call political will. Forgetting whether I will take the credit or the other party will take the credit. Forgetting. In all, move yet for the benefit of Ghanaians. Into the political will to be able to say, I'll continue because mania scanner the air human ebe waste. Air moon pinsa. The only thing about say one about taking credit. If you are talking about credit in Kwandia, any other country will not develop. But we start where we are mean to us. When you start where you are mean to us, where are we taking the country to? So this is something we must change from. However, so we share a foreign military hospital where a good intention. My brother said, and as them say, it is to ease pressure on other major hospitals the same region. Confirmation pressure also. And this can be a foreign military hospital by say very easy pressure.
Sure.
Not just easy pressure, it will create jobs for some of the nurses and health workers. And then yes, sir. It's what by now can say I'll create jobs. No. Such job number created in the area of the health sector. No. Been never to so Nama ama for common sense. Where nya buku, common sense. Yet leaders will abandon projects like this. I can't think far. This Afari project now, eba na omukanwasem. So MP4 Corona, yes, okay, even under Nanado, select committee be about this omuko, yapamom. Under JN, they said they were going there. Almost people stopped them from going. Now let us look at the two scenarios. Where see Mr. T project, it was 90% complete. And it was not 90% complete. Yaniaba, I am 90 to 98% complete. Uba and okay, also 2% and not 10%. To us on but so my picture business here.
Sure.
Sir, I do we. Usha. Say we say we 90% ampa. And you we 90%. Oh, it's the person me say. Where and your property or mine there. Whether you completed 10%, 20% too. Government is a continuous something. Continue and finish it. Oh yeah. I am telling you, say, why will be a project to no because why are they? Because project I started will be complete. You even take the credit better than one who started.
Sure.
Where common sense. One of them. There are those who also say the project a war NPP stronghold. Until NPP bar power. They should have completed the project. They have no reason to say to me because the project was at least some level of completion. And any before buying, I remember Nitibu, former defense minister. Okay, so project no be complete. Oh, we and check be complete. Na scanner cano, I would be my contractor near there on complete project. So we yes. So after 8 years, one complete. that is idea.
How many agenda 111?
We don't know when ye own. There were some pockets of health facilities. COVID by and another cancer by agenda 88. I was talking to a friend in my room. I said, what is this man doing? There are major hospitals around complete them because in this car. Would not complete it to ease pressure on the others. You don't need agenda 88. And check no sample so agenda 111 say was 7 kra. Agenda 111. You don't have source of fund this can you also make agenda 111. And one akadejepo be catch say omo ton contract no. Oh, it's as we are back and you say contract agenda we ton basa. But mama ka say me true. O say a minority ni e ko no I see more on. Me where I sit. They should allow them to go. Okwa so no mu ko do en. So mu ko do so eno mu ko akoye. Ti ja no mu ko do. Aside that, omu koye din. Omu see project no on so mahama enwie na afare hospital omu MP4 na ya bedu baby. Nti o say MP NDC4 enwie intentem. That is why they went there. And I can Japan can say, we don't have the moral right to be saying some of these things because project, it was some level of completion. A stronghold by this time, they will say, "Na to me born the rose a project." And then they will say, "Mahama." Now with this few period, who 8 years went to me and you see Mahama and that is where Kennedy Japan spoke, and I was like statement. Wow, but there are people who say, "Oh, Kennedy Japan, you can't create ampa." But Oyenipa or try and trust me. The fact say I can say this project should have been completed by the MPP. I am telling you today, Sir Kennedy Japan, a flag bearer of the MPP. He will not take that position. He will stand by those who went there. I will demonstrate that to you. Me see, Sir K, can have flag bearer of the MPP. The MPP can Kennedy Japan support him.
Yeah, sure.
I am sure. Let me give my example. I was there. Omuko Prime Minister no more power. Was there a friends contract Omutoy. But when he was in MVP, Omu yes I don't know who's our say. Unim say ye Omuton contract. Say na who general kasa me can create me create or make can. Ake was so be catch a long time. And now only pa only on the bia MVP. Yeah, you feathers na why hata happen already they say who do I can create. It's me engineering. Boss, yet see this guy I don't know him his first time. Ye bon komo. Ye can create. So, who can create? Speak the truth. And let the truth lead you to power. Sure. But we try and try. The internal option and me, I don't side with those who are saying they can report your canocre. After hospital in area, whether people didn't complete or whether this didn't complete, it is a must a project, sir. I will say complete. Recently, I was here and I see for the a 247 Onyaska na Kofanochi. Then find Tony maybe or ABB war. And was say, stronghold. There are other projects that was to be complete easy pressure on Kofanochi 1 year. Also 24 to me balabala sa. Never so I offer to say the banso see you there be won't you attack here won't you do see any mouth. Oh, it's some of these things which you also know won't you see. In a nutshell, the person can say NPP as a political party, they have no moral right to complain about the Afari military hospital. They were they were in government. They don't know here. Send Madam for Kennedy Japan Kayan. NDCs who have no moral right to say by the close of these 4 years we will not complete Afari hospital. It is our duty to complete Afari military hospital. Yet to be a complete here, it will not be good for us as a political party. Because at the end of the day, everybody in this senior can say, yeah, see, we are almost done. It is if it is almost done now, as we are in power, we need to work complete it once and for all. There were instances, there are some financial malfeasance, there might be projects, donation, no can once ampa. So we was almost no almost concerts and money so that the project can be completed. Because people within the region, almost here health facility. To me akofa akonya ayaresa my MPP NDC na project we see and say na for say twemu and say it is not good, we should stop these things. Now making sure say we complete the project so that they benefit you more sa catchment area. Me da say
pa yo mami ko Mr. Mayao Afari Military Hospital me say as a social and political activist, no, what follow stories, Oti stories ni be no, to say because Kennedy Japan about Abekasa. Ama ya someone before the disciplinary committee of MPP, blah 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 blah. Inti ni company na no. To say.
General, me da si bebre. Minua be me akasa bebre na nkasa bebre kan no ebi ye me de pa but me person me fan from a different perspective na me person Ghana for 18 was supreme ye some critical analysis bi wa ha na mo say enye ama Ghana kaminim say it can take us 18 solid years to build a 500-bed hospital
seriously
for a country like Ghana. After 69 years of independence, it is taking us 18
years.
Good years. Not to even complete. Young complete you. Just a 500-bed hospital. It's very interesting. General say, share the intricacies within this thing. Who is that? I always say to most people anytime I'm having a conversation, say some Ghanaian politicians make it look or seem like they do not have the interest of the people at heart. Because first and foremost, you see, the contract was signed in the year 2008. General, Yem Fan say from 2007 to 2008, they need new resources now. Which year was oil found in Ghana? But 2007 2008,
yes.
Inti Mimi Adrian, it means the $180 million contract, was coming from the backbone of the oil discovery now started producing oil,
Sure.
Because according to the source of the funding, it was always allocated in the national budget, annual budget, which suggests that our annual budget, most of the funding comes from our oil revenue, true of us, our export, all those things. Which means, and he said, after the oil discovery, Kufuor thought it wise, he said, we will need this kind of facility. So let's build this kind of facility. With this all feasibility studies done, the total budget is $180 million. And he signed a contract in 2008. Now, after a contract is signed, when did they start with construction? 2014. How many years? From that's 2000? Years. No, you see, sometimes, yet no my way, yes, sir. Like, what do you want, baby? I want to see him. It took us from 2008 to 2014 to start the construction of a contract that was signed 6 years ago. 6 years to execute a contract. Now, from that 2014 when I started construction to up to 2026, we still haven't opened the facility for the use of the ordinary Ghanaian. And we are here dragging it left and right. Who started it? Who has paid what? Who did what? And who is supposed to complete it? As a country in this modern era. It's such a shame that we even sit and discuss this. Say, when I shall here, and I when I here, and I will say, I can say. General, you see, Marian can't mean your money analysis in the Japan. Or see, we have about over tens of thousands of health workers sitting at home, assistants. Posting. I know a friend who completed in 2024, or that's what I also have a friend who completed in 2025, or that's what tens of thousands of nurses who have not yet been posted. In the young family say, Afari Hospital where you the last year now this year and you started for health care workers, nurses, poor. And the young family say, generally, we are allocating one nurse to a patient and one nurse to a bed, the number of beds or capacity at the hospital. How many nurses have we recruited? Just take off the patients on one bed, 500. Now let's talk about OPD, let's talk about lab technicians and all that. How many people are we absorbing? And because of shared wickedness in T, so doctors to school for 6 years no more control online session exams. I said that failure because we do not have anywhere to post them. General.
Yes.
Because of sheer wickedness in this country, and because of inadequate facilities to absorb our well-trained nurses and doctors into you better that failure with little or no margin, just because we can't absorb them, and then we constantly charge them exorbitant prices to re-register and write their medical licensure exams again. Why do we do this to ourselves as a country to date? And then yet we are talking about how MPs were denied access to a facility that was not opened. You see, I'm not interested in whether they were denied or given access to it, because they are going there or not going there. I don't see how it benefits the life of the ordinary Ghanaian. Sure. So we dialysis that's a call at a hospital. The MP going there as at that point, I don't see how it benefits that dialysis patient sitting at home. I so called Johnny Q or Confano Chana or Faka every Kumasi Eba Accra Eba 37 and Kolibu and still Ben dialysis and I say test your person. Now we said MPs are going to see fine. Young fan is almost parliamentary oversight, health committee with one person conscious and you do and all that. General, $180 million is no joke of a money. You see, I know you chairman say. The CIS the catcher say we need about $99.3 million to finish. Obi say, oh, they be yes, sir. We need only about $500,000. General, say even if we need 100,000 Ghana cedis to complete that facility, it's a taxpayers' money, and we need to make sure that money is well accounted for. We shouldn't be throwing figures about. Say it's just ordinary, and we can just pump it out regardless of the amount, and then get it completed. What are we doing as a country? Must any political party always take the credit for something that benefits the ordinary Ghanaian? Is it where we want to take the country to? Yet here, Obamacare is still running. You know that. Sure. The government always allocates budget for Obamacare. Do you know that? Will Trump say because he is a Republican, when it's Obama yet Democrat in or starting Obamacare, all for funding and when the United States cuts funding for most African countries or even the World Health Organization, did you hear someone cutting funding for their health care system in America or the Obamacare? But we proud ourselves with the fact that NDC started something, NPP didn't finish. NPP started something, okay. Agreed. General, you see, yes, I contract 2008. What prevented us from starting in 2009 or 2010? What prevented us? In 2014, you started. What prevented us from sticking to the 3.5 years deadline to finish? Because according to the news sources and according to letters that are out now, you see, all amount has been paid to the contractor. In general, Assembly said, why didn't the contractor stick to the 3.5 years and it is taken at 18 or let's say 10 years and still the facility remained closed? And now we have military people exchanging words with members of parliament. Is that what we need as a country? Is that what we need as a country? Not to disrespect any member of parliament or anybody. Because of the people, the nature of how people have been suffering in their constituency, and they say, MP go to borehole man the constituency, no, be any prison. Because we have been reduced to that mediocrity, say, we have to starve you with the basic necessity. A typical example, when you go to Ablekuma North, traffic light that has been denied the people over a year. I said it was over a year. Many years. And MP came fix it, and the people were so happy. Why? Because lives were being lost at that particular juncture. But in the ordinary senses, this shouldn't be anything Ghanaians should even be happy about. It is the duty of the government to fix. Who's your political science? It's a social contract. Back in the 1600s, the reason why we defeated that idea of the survival of the fittest is because the king called the people together and said, all of you have to relinquish your power to one authority. And the only way we can relinquish our power as a people is when the monarch or the king tells us by an agreement, say, he will protect us and guarantee our safety and basic necessity. That's what brought about the idea of, social contracts. In the social contract, they say many are buying our palm, say me two about my be dimiswa. Resources and can media. I say me some of the bomb bride, the bomb busia on the nini na share on sase buying. Into the oba, making sure some better man and then as will be also. But Ghana Hanum Diane said it is not a social contract. It is how do you call it, a strict tyranny, dictatorship. What your MP or your leader gives you is what you take. Into your traffic lights are na ye ni ati ni ye bossy. Yeah, but yeah, asphalt kitwa, oh no, I had the banana, they know bossy. It is not something that you are happy about. Friends of mine traveled to Germany a few days back. When you go to Germany,
hold on. Mr. Honorable Intifafa Pese or attended to another equally important assignment. Intima man of the next 3 minutes.
Actually.
Now the last words. I know no with me to us.
The President can say many program invite me frequently. We need to. Ghana belongs to all of us. We should look at political parties. At the end of the day, any ideology now is all fuel at pushing the agenda of the country. And see, politicians must learn to continue projects started by their previous governments. That is what I want to say. And now, like me bomb by the close of the first term of President Mahama, this term, Safari military should not be a news again. It's a very news. I had the Adibia and Yabetanaka, so you view a criteria Juma Amobia, and see that is what I have to say. Because of the American I was saying, okay. I would like to take my leave.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Say, I shall form me permission for Fanchem.
Yeah, that's at the right time. The best thing
I show you.
Okay, indeed, honorable. Now,
yeah.
One of that service.
Na me mao in fact mo be say me nan fufuo bi a me ne omo esai pa etu kwan call if anything ama no ne nansi ya.
Okay.
No mo call Germany no mo buy no mo ne yedin kono ka say oh ho no mo kwa obi an to bottled water o obi an to sachet water. We no mu so no say o de o cap na o bottle water ko share pipe no na obu. Na ye de mo call facility a mo ye mo treating so ni and ade na o hwe the attention to detail and the safety regulation would purify almost so nobody buys bottled water because if you are buying a bottled water, you are buying it at €3. Will you have money to buy €3 of bottled water every day? To say nah, Ghana Hano because of Galamsey issue, will be actually not quarter pack of water. No, because we be ambassador by Yareno. A home will be a non tap water, and tap water and also it's not paid at the end of the month. It's free. Intimina for following your mood in common and say you come here water. I say really I didn't say mutual water. I say government in the show. The pioneers of democracy have understood what the social contract is. Say, if the people are relinquishing their power and authority to you as their leader, you must make sure you provide them the basic necessity.
Sure.
But we as Africans, adopting democracy, we have also brought it so low to the point, say, we have to make the people feel, say, they are so much indebted to us, and we give them the crumbs on the table, and they have to go on their knees begging and pleasing, praising us just because we gave them crumbs. What kind of society and country are we running? The aim of building bigger hospital facilities is because we want to make sure we will ease pressure, just like you noted. Now say you see a big easy pressure on the already existing facilities, and now you are suspending CEO of one health facility because he will not admit any more patients because his staffs are overwhelmed and facility is overwhelmed. The Minister of Health has suspended the CEO. But we sit here and we are playing politics with a facility that needs to be opened and fully commissioned for the use of the ordinary Ghanaian. What is wrong with us as a country? What is wrong with us? We are always doing things for the optics. Oh, and I buy the scene will be a cheap compound say, and what tumble and say, in the amount of man need that boy and some. Few months later, we don't see where all those things are. Abane be ultra-money facilities. At the end of 3-5 years down the line, the facility is in shambles and nobody can account for it. Nobody is maintaining it. Then I can say, oh, yes, I'm come from ACB before. Yes, since what? It will not take us 2-3 years. So now it takes us 8 years, 12 years, 16 years just to build a hospital for a country like this. But we know how to fly business and first class to send our family members outside just to go and receive health care. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do this to ourselves? Let's say agreed. What the government is saying, how do we call it? The contractors are kind of 99.3 million, and the government will go and pay that 99.3 million. A school behind us, a little cluster of schools, doesn't have desks, doesn't have cupboards. They don't have cupboards. They don't have anything in their school. Yet still, we are going to spend so much money We are going to spend so much money on a facility that has already been paid for just because of the negligence of leaders. Because of the bad attitude of leaders who are supposed to stick to what they are supposed to do as leaders of the country, and they are there and they want us to be happy for them just because they have left power and they think now they can see everything, so they need to do oversight and all that. What? You know, says Honey Becon or Maimua. Send a maca to one of me. That one you know, and say, say, try and you see a big roads, big push near the other. You better yes, a big push, no. Now our urban areas are quite good in our Saturday upon some. Me asan ko Bobby sian foforo sika e betim da ye ne papa na e ko eni me asan dia ba ye chi abe san kwan foforo ni nyina so hospital ni so yo ye san be ti sika pori asan dia ko ewie ni e bia no e be fa CEO ho e be fa director ho e be fa board members ho e be fa omo so be sika kese ye be bia no mo 2 years na yamba park meeting public account committee ni na she sika do akofo be san ye di wo ho no mo o man ben na ye si ni sa no jima on my pain and a year.
Now, when in a year cano and year politics and a year problem.
Jenna, say, Midi can be bitch. I say, I said, on my yama, who can say, oh, a politician poor. Since you've been so in Casa, now I know the Rebecca said, and said, oh, yeah, a politician, in today's only Mutrocha. But politics shouldn't be about lies. Politics shouldn't be about how sweet you can talk someone into doing something when you know very well that that is not what you want them to do, or that's not the intention that you intend to pursue. That's not what politics is supposed to be. We'll share your backwards since 1992 to date. Maybe I can say the share 1992 constitution. Most of the powers that were given to the president or whoever enjoys most powers in the constitution. Numerous constitutional reviews. Be assured some mistake no more yeah.
Okay.
But because then times no more constitutional meaning someone more power until they will enjoy it until they did it. JJ enjoyed the 1992 constitution. Later when he left office 8 years later, he was saying said that they should be reviewed and some certain clauses changed. True or false?
True.
But then times are not operating in 1992. No him say they say some BB. President Mahama a free power no. Or who say President Akufo-Addo ebu o man no. Or see any constitutional review. Or by a CIA e ko see saying into no bibiana madam for no not yan can say me say I say we are there or person or the we ni my son here politics no we score points, we want to score political points with everything into ene say incumbent government bia ye bibia or person or ye no the two ni din like I say we ye ba ye be ye see. It is not about the ordinary Ghanaian. It is about our political party. Or some manufacturer will be say I didn't see now honorable in Japan what party anymore whom say you told us our contract no bekasa but now it do not tabanya no ba bekasa. That is how politics is. My catch up enough will be say if you are in a political party or you are running for something on the ticket of a political party, forget it. You don't have conscience, you don't have any will of your own. You follow the dictates of the political party. It's not to say if anything man we if anything they're not former chairman for airport company our Alan party move if anything
airport company
give to you or say kunu in the husband
yes
well, and then what don't they say about the MPP?
Okay,
but when they were in the party were they saying all those things? So the moment someone falls out of a political party, they can easily bring out the secrets of the party because they know they are no longer a party. That should tell Ghanaians say when someone is on the party ticket or is part of a political party, they don't have any ideals of their own. It's some to me catch say party first. He serves his party and he has fought for his party to come to power. That is what they are making it look. And I remember example, no. Say Honorable Kene Japan ain't me and can the sale of the contract because we believe him to be very honest and open. Now say now the man call you a man or party, no show bet me can no credit. Then he should tell you say what the so far as you are part of a political party, you don't have any conscience of your own and you don't have any political will of your own. Sam George also has stated it emphatically. Say all the propaganda and agenda that he was pushing was just to bring his party to power, and he has done that. True or false?
True.
So and then say party ni bibi na say enyani de poor. Otimi ba out meka. There be some politicians ni na ya cut across. And then obi catch so person the president no you mate. It's not in your name. Now, that person of vice president in the crown, and you're for woman, near the finance minister. Wait to me and cow. Party no call opposition, and now penny the international to me again, and voice it out. In time, I said, Ghana for you should be discerning into Obi Kachem say, unfollow politics. I'm just saying, I didn't know unfollow politics. Aristotle can say, me say, you must be a god or a spirit not to be affected by political decisions. Every policy, a force no to a government policy and affected that pricing. Meboa. Pen here general could say a political policy and affecting the prices.
Sure.
Import and export. It is the government policies that affects it. So when we sit unconcerned as citizens, you are also taken for granted over the years. And I feel very sad that we sit here in a constituency like this, in a country like this, and we are given crumbs and we celebrate it. A hospital, 500 bed. Do you know what a 500 bed capacity can do for the people of the Ashanti region? And yet, and yet, play political football. One is shas here, one is so to us. Scarcely not to no be a not the few. And then hospital, you see no bed, not a wheelchair. We know near the headline. Stop the no bed syndrome. Admit the people. If you don't admit the people, near Kagama Kessia, Brofa Kessia, Nanko 40 Honomo, or not party communicator, what TV2, and the minister is working. The minister is very hard working. He says he's doing this, he will punish. Oh, catch him say I should admit people when I have only 100 bed capacity and I have 150 bed people in the hospital. You are still directing me to accept more. What kind of level of general? Say, Cassie, a better same we are. The better say in chat water. Into the brain, you better cause what TV, so radio. So I can't block for I can see. Not on my phone. It's me move for air brain. It's me move for air. Me sense should be say, general. Only the 500 bed capacity between the people of the Ashanti region. Do you know the number of people that travel from the Ashanti region every day? Not even enough, every day, just to visit Kolibu or come to 37. We take their lives for granted. And people die day in, day out. Just because of a politician's negligence and the will to capture political power.
Mr. MCR, Adebisi or Alisa Hotel. Ebra MPP for no ekoye meeting bi Mr. MCR my sa video no yen hwe aha esi Alisa Inti we AC or Alisa Hotel. Ebra MPP in for koye meeting bia with regards to Insema Kennedy or Hine Japan Rabo. Ebeka and said the party has no moral right to do because Amuba Abemu for about 8 years, but they did nothing about that hospital. I'm a party foot soldiers. Echo Alisa Hotel. Now, Tie Adia Nomuka, Ken must go. They say, young pumpkin name free party. And these are party foot soldiers. Is it, is it needed? Baby, Aujina with your lenses as a social and political activist. Are there party foot soldiers? Is it necessary?
First of measure say free, baby, I can say the parliamentary committee call the Afari site now. In as much as I don't see the importance of what they are going to do, I'll only justify it on one basis. So far as they are coming from the Parliamentary Health Committee, and they have that oversight right to hold the government accountable. The fact say MP for Intimian Complete Hospital doesn't give this current government the leeway to also abandon it. On that side, the American say they have that liberty to go there as a Parliamentary Select Committee on Health to make sure say government is up to speed on what is happening and make sure say they do that. In as much as they are just, we all know say they are using that to score political points. Now, what Honorable Kene Japan is saying, I'll take it on two different perspectives. The first one is say, or can say the MPP has no moral rights to actually talk about the Afari Hospital. Who found on propaganda basis? Of course they don't, because obviously, mobile, more young after I didn't know more said money agent kwa modern Ghana for and their meeting assessor. But on the other side, no, looking at the America earlier before, say because they are part of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health and they have all the right to do so. Okay. That is justified. But equally, what Honorable Kenyapo can say, they shouldn't talk about it and take it like World Cup. I said the modern Ghana for one day. I know that I agree with him to an extent. Say, a dear who went to me. Men yan say ebia utuse bia we busa ma de mi wo be ma maw uko busa we na wa maw na me ma sori ko tia we say adenti na obebusa de no maw mimi wo bi na me adenti me ma fam na me make catch so be it doesn't make sense in any way. That's what I said. It has said on that side, and that is the frustration of Honorable Kene Japan and Oka Sasem. Now to the issue of party foot soldiers called Alisa Hotel. General, you and I are politicians. We know very well that this thing is politically instigated.
Oh, okay.
Even in, from the party, of course. We all know, in as much as I do not side with most of the things Honorable Kene Japan does, a lot of times, his choice of words, his actions and all things, because me say some of the things now I can say, if the MPP misbehaves, he will spill a lot of beans, you know. For me, and where I sit, you know, I saw it to be a loose talk. Okay. You know, because it is not needed. Okay. You know, as politicians, one thing that you could never do, you can't book within 48 laws of power. Okay. The reason why politicians always lick the boots of their masters or whatever they say, there is a rule of in politics that say never outshine your master. Okay. It's about say MP and I say minister be BB partners or perform here. Quebec say or be attributing to the president. What you say? Because at the end of the day, you know, the bigger picture is the president, not you. So, Honorable Kene Japan, you are part of the political party. Say, Bibi Nenko Yopua, Interbound say, even party communicators work as hard to defend the indefensible. The interest of defending and some here, they almost trying to defend it. I'm not saying the man should lie. I've already stated categorically, say, or can I say the NPP has no right to visit the site or talk about the issue in there. It's justified on that side. But the other utterances afterwards, you know, and what I see is that it is not really needed. What you say? Because yes, sir, Obeka say you are bitter, and that is always what aches him and that triggers him to, you know, react. Unyaka say the Honorable Kene Japan is bitter, then I say, hey, it flares him up now, so person can't send me. The moment you always want to do politics with emotions on that front, you know, how? Okay. The only side that is so emotional in politics is when you are feeling for the people of Ghana, not when you are feeling for yourself. At this point, I feel say he feels for himself so much, feeling say that the party is not treating him fairly. Sure. But the question is, are all politicians feeling for the people of Ghana? So, General, politics here and opportunity to serve in any shape or form, and you feeling more beer and come in snazzy as an MP and share my car and come in from constituency. Oh, me say traffic lights, bet me fix it. Means snazzy my ambulance and coso. And ship portal and good patient and break it down. Near San Savo for and Saskavo for uncle to ambulance for oh, Mammy say, yeah, quite a a man for whom Batomo can also be anything any yache. That is the feeling and the only time emotion is needed for politicians, but not when it's about them. And that's what I'm realizing. Politicians become overly emotional when something is affecting them, when they are not being treated in their party. And that's why I think the Honorable Kene Japan is not really faring well. India, in the disciplinary committee, that's happened over the time. When he was contesting for flag bearer, I knew there was sort of some grooming and mentorship for him. As and how to carry himself as a leader. Now I think he believes everything is over. So he can just go back to factory resetting and be the king that he is. We like him for the blunt talk, the honesty that everyone knows him to be. But certain things as politicians, it dents your credibility somehow. Because then when I can say you spill the beans, it tells ordinary Ghanaians and they say there's something shady and sadist that the party does. And even who knows our campaign trail now campaign man for now super reveal secret now. It's me you now me teach me show and him now person me the and where do I place you? So you should mind this language. Take the emotions out of the politics and know when to react and know where to reserve his energy. But whatever happened at Alisa Hotel India, it is internally instigated. That's all I can say.
Wow. So you mean say Obimu etaichi and boys na koye the omoye no.
And of course, it is politics. Another rule of 48 of laws of war say destroy your enemy totally. Of course, we know. Nana B can say the petitions are from party some party members and from some members of parliament. He said it emphatically after a year meeting when he was interviewed. He said it. So if from members of parliament or some party members, don't you think they can equally instigate that? That is to make the person unpopular. Right or wrong?
Right.
Because we have seen instances where a founder of a whole political party stepped aside and the party moved on. So people now feel gone are the days where Honorable Ken Japan was the major financier of the party. Now thanks to President Akufo-Addo who brought a lot of people to the party. A lot of them quote unquote not in a bad way are well to do. In best everybody can match you boot for boot. So you are not really an asset quote unquote like that. Until we can equally let you go. What you are saying. So of course the instigation can come from within. It is politics. We all know. What you are saying. Obet make can send be and found fake news. And so your fast and 2-3 on the one who fake news in the fan who your kind already or they are 2-3. Into no NDC person can say he paid MPP party soldiers to go to the Alisa Hotel when he knows the day they are going to do their meeting, the next meeting, just to go and do Ken must go. It is internally motivated and internally instigated.
Okay. And do you think, according to party foot soldiers, they tried reading. Reading say, the leadership of the party, they were trying to shield Kennedy Japan in a way. What they are saying, advocate say Kennedy has to be sacked from the party. But who share the way neck? So they were handling the whole thing. It's like they wanted Kennedy Japan to come out and apologize. They couldn't come out boldly to say yapamo. I mean they can do it. But do you think the party is trying to shield Kennedy Japan in a way?
You see, General, the Minister can say no matter how bad some Honorable Kennedy Japan we think he is, and I'm choosing my words carefully, no matter how bad we think he is, he also has some qualities that the party needs. And we all know that.
Sure.
We are seeing his way of mobilizing the grassroots, even though now maybe there's a little bit of drift. General, some more party now say me Nisubai said the poor. Now I'm able to mobilize 2 or 3 people. It's a vote to the party. What you are saying? In one way or the other, we saw when the party needed the money to organize the flag bearership election. We saw how much the man gave just to organize internally.
The big crowd,
you get what I'm saying? So me can't say and a party in person. No, because if you know the value of someone, you still want to keep them close. Instead, I can say, no matter how bad the party feels say he is, I believe there are certain qualities they know he possesses. And and also, I don't think it's generally why he said because maybe why you say until all of a sudden no, you are out of the party. So Sani at the end of the year, and will be from penalty a unified party. Young fan say typical example, Adonye DC. Even though he is not attacking the party itself, the things that he does outside is affecting the image of the party. Because the whole regional chairman doing that thing, do you think is in the best image of the party? No. What you are saying, but is this still sacked from the party? No, the party itself is even defending with lawyers for his release and all those things. What did they make can say? Into Becca say, then ya na be honorable in Japan and like any that and na NC that into the union free party. But also, like I said, he is a grown up, he's a very wise man, very matured, a big and a good businessman for that matter. He should know when to say something and when not to. I think it's very, very crucial. But for his sacking out of the party, I don't think it's necessary. What we need now is not to sack him. Because when you do that, just like how Alan took part of the votes of the party, even though it was not much. Kennedy, imagine Kennedy also breaking away. So 10,000 votes for Obenya in the national election cry. That 10,000 votes is out of what? The MPP. Part of what you say. At this time, we need galvanizing, bringing people together, and that's solidifying of the party base and everyone. Send you can say apology or be apologize here on can be being a party back so on ya. He should meet those requirements. They all sit down as party leadership as one formidable force so that they go into the 2028 election prepared. Not when Obi is saying I'll spill the beans, Obi did you before them or say that's not what the politics that we want to leave for our children that are coming.
Okay. Yo, inti ebusian for mene Michael Kojo Amayao and ye end show no. Aha, wakasa bibri. Ama embreno akakakra na time no aso but answer na ye be koso no honorable memo akwenya the next 2-3 minutes na your final words any futu bia na obi a opeso chia no kwanda o say the next 2-3 minutes
yo me da general na me de manu esiro na asema pese me catch Ghana fo nyina ne say 83 mebu no mo Ghana say let us not settle for less. You see, it is very disheartening to see how we jump on the little things, how we are so happy about the little things. Mind you, there is nothing wrong in starting small. But when there's a bigger opportunity that you can go for, make sure you go for it. And don't settle for less in another regard and say, meant now how more politician and use you for their bidding, where at the end of the day, no, it doesn't benefit you in any way. Mama yemfa akomapa build your mind way. And to my MP, Honorable Ashikoti, they be me betina TV so me boni din say the youth of the constituency are still looking up to you as a member of parliament. I know the promises. Anytime you be impuni be catch me say oh oba ya sorry dem wa be share bo oba hanu be share bo me catch me say at this point we know say but no share no want me the end so what we need him to do is to make sure that the basic necessities in the constituency at least is provided. And this is a special appeal to the government of Ghana. We collapse the Ministry of Sanitation. Now, General, the T-hand is here. We know the sanitation issue of this country. We are begging. The filth in the country is too much. And I'm also appealing to the people of Ghana. Let's make sure we keep our surroundings neat. The flooding is too much. But we know, say, yes, we attitude there, then, Ekan, ye pamucho bebre, ye two baller, en go gatim. Obola ye man patrol, fako dumping sites, na kotugu honomo. Niyama o mainumu enti, because a Ghana no be ya maminewu emieno. Midenchia kesiye ma Reverend Dr. Abeto Putibochi, ene Mrs. Bochi, me ma me papa, ene efeni se mi ankasa michocho mucho shida soya, ene mi namfo fo ni mission to nations afugina. Ene Ghana Black Stars ko bobo, man na MP ene enko support yo mo, ene Croatia ye show mo 1-0. Sanya scores are predicted on 1-0 to in the favor of Ghana Black Stars. So we are going to the other round of the World Cup, and we know say Ghana will do very, very well. Thank you very much for having me, General.
All right. Yeah, that's say inti ebusiamfo ha na kwan be ma ha na yedi dwumedi na besi na answer na ebe sign out no yes sister Bako onyankopo atoninsa afreno Sister Monica Ajo Selassie Doche, the whole Doche family, the Oyao, ma ubiati se, nuya Bako, Sister Bako, Sister Monica Ajo Selassie Doche, Onyankopo Atoninsa Afrem, no, such a beautiful lady. Na family vigil no ebebaso on the 17th day of July 2026. Family vigil no ebaso 17th day of July 2026 ewo family residence no Abavana Street opposite ICGC Temple ewo Abavana down honomo sana meminda 18th July no beye ne yi ewo St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church ewo Kutubabi 18th July St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church ewo Kutubabi na beye eye no ni na wia na akopene krabia na the 19th kwesiada no the Thanksgiving service so baso was St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church ewo kutuba bi 19th July kwesiada na yewie Thanksgiving service na final funeral rite no eno so abaso omo family residence ewo Abavana Street opposite ICGC Temple ewo Abavana down na ombe final funeral rite no na omo jira kwenya we so de invite obia say ye nyina yembre na yembeboa ebusua na omuntimi mpe omunuaba krabia na ade ato omini no enye ade ketewa na me no ne betimi abo omo intino bebia ye sister Monica Ajo Selasi do chewo bia no onyankopon emfa ne kra ensie yie na ombo ne ho ban na onyankopon ankasa enhwe ne so no ma no bibipa entra ewo osoro ahimemu nti eno na ye sister ye no nti St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church na bibia bekoso on the 18th and on the 19th day of July 2026 biema ebusuafoni na yako yema Old Francis Xavier Catholic Church ebusuafoni na so yako ye ni na ebeba na ya ba beboa na ya pay sister krabia ene enyumbre no me bra honorable Frank Nutifafa but edu baby no obisa kwan say he wants to attend to an equally important assignment baby ntino ono wentimi ni enwie program no oye regional communication team member NDC na osan aspiring executive member Ablikuma South inti yene no atwetwe komo saa so na yebra Mr. Michael Kojo Ameyao oye social and political activist so ono so be kayensa ama ya de netwetwe nkomo inti ya Canada say ujina ho when you stop to say a word of prayer say one for the Ghana Black Stars because enyumrewe no adaje enipo so ye ni na ye kone ya ko support Ghana Black Stars inkuni die ni die ebeba yafa na se nkuni die ni be wia pepamucho ya celebration no let's do it moderately say na ebe ya enkofa oye ne bia embre obia medamase me a medi edwumede hu chiame no medi the most general from the most general mejo so at the same time next week no stay out of trouble. I am out of here. Bye bye.